Hey, happy Saturday. I want you to understand something, okay? I want you to listen to this twice if you need to and share it. You are worthy of love, kindness, and respect, okay? Sweetheart, that has to come from you before you can expect it from anybody else. You are worthy of boundaries. You are worthy of setting boundaries and respecting your own boundaries, because until you set the boundary and you respect your own boundary, honey, nobody else is going to. Think about how you talk to yourself, how you think about yourself. Now, I am the worst. I am bad. I will tell myself, oh my God, you are such an idiot. Why did you do this? On a daily basis. I know I'm not an idiot. I'm very educated. But I do, I'm a human. I do all kinds of what the hell was I thinking? But that's normal. But I love myself for who I am. I accept myself for who I am, and I respect myself for who I am. But be careful how you talk to yourself. There is, I'm trying to think, it is called, I'm going to mess it up, the Ho'oponopono. It's a Hawaiian prayer. And I will give you the basics. I want you to try this. The first couple of times you're going to feel stupid, but it works. The basis of this is to acknowledge to yourself that you messed up and it's okay. So you go in and you look in a mirror and you say, think of something really stupid, bonehead that you did. Or maybe something kind of serious that you did. You may have said something that really hurt somebody. Look in the mirror, look in your own eyes, and say, I'm sorry. I am really sorry. And then you can say, I'm sorry for whatever you did. That's up to you. And you're looking at yourself and you're saying, please forgive me. You are asking yourself for forgiveness. And you are going to grant yourself forgiveness. And you're going to say, thank you. And then you are going to say, I love you. This is teaching yourself. It's okay to be human. It's okay to mess up. Apologize. Sincerely apologize. Forgive yourself. And love yourself. So the 4 points of the Ho'oponopono are, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. This is also in my book, Emotions, Feelings, and Moods, and possibly, and I'm just me, I can't remember if it's in my first book or not, but I go into a little bit more detail. But it's so important, sweetheart, for you to understand you're only human. It's great, if you have kids and grandkids, that they think you are just the most wonderful, perfect person on the world. And that's great. But they also need to understand you're just a mom or a dad, an aunt or an uncle. You make mistakes. If you make a mistake and you hurt somebody's feelings, tell them you're sorry. Sincerely, tell them you're sorry. Teach your children how to apologize. I'm contemplating doing my next children's book on teaching kids how to apologize. I know kids that don't know how to apologize. Now, part of that is because it's a learned behavior, and one of the parents refuses to apologize for anything. They're never wrong. And the child will model that behavior. But there are others that they just don't know what to say or do. They're too embarrassed, they're too hurt, they're too humiliated. So teach your kids how to apologize and how to say, it's okay, I forgive you. Now, there's a difference between forgiving and forgetting. Always forgive if you can, but never forget the life lesson. If you forget the life lesson, you're going to repeat it, and God forbid, we don't want to do that. But please talk kindly to yourself. Surround yourself with people of like mind. Surround yourself with people who think like you, feel like you, believe like you. we've all heard the adage, you are what you eat. And that's true. If you eat healthy, you're going to have a relatively healthy lifestyle. That's a good thing. Well, you are the company you keep. If you don't drink or do drugs and you hang around with people that are just huge partiers, that negativity is going to latch onto you. Now, you may not partake, but you're going to have the attitude, and you don't want that. You really don't want that. I'm not saying don't be a designated driver. That's very honorable, but please be careful who you hang out with, okay? Surround yourself with people, things that make your heart smile. I do. It's so important to have just friends that you hear their voice, you see their text, and there are some people. I have a really good friend, Lynn. Lynn and I have been friends for years. I can see she sent me a text, and I will start laughing because I know it's going to be good. It's just her. I know, that's why she and I have been friends for so long. There's just people that make your heart smile. Those people hold near and dear. They are special. Keep things around you that make your heart smile. Right now, I'm having a cup of tea. One of my favorites. I have it in the morning. It makes my heart smile. It's just kind of a way to start my day. And that's great. And it's healthy. Wonderful. So please, be strong enough to stand in your truth. Be your authentic self. Don't go with the crowd just because you want to be accepted. It's okay to be you. Love you for who you are right here, right now. Now, if you feel you need to make lifestyle changes, do it. If you feel you want to gain weight, lose weight, quit smoking, quit drinking, quit doing drugs, weed, whatever, do it. Absolutely. Make positive health choices, please. That's important because you're worthy of a long, happy life. So many times it's a model behavior. I see people, I'm trying to think of, it's more college kids, I think. From 20 to mid-30s. I will see people that, they drink. They don't see a problem with it. And so one thing I ask is, well, tell me about your family. And they say, I don't want to blame mom and dad. Well, I'm not talking about blaming mom and dad. I'm asking you a question. Tell me, when you were growing up, how did mom and dad handle stress? What did they do? Oh, dad would come home and he'd have a drink, and, he and mom would fix a drink, and, of course, then they'd argue. And okay, that's telling me a lot right there. It's not a blame issue. It's a model behavior. This is how they learn to handle stress. They drink. They do drugs. Mom and dad did it. They do it. If your child has a drug problem, has a drinking problem, take a step back and see if you, your spouse, or someone, a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, someone they admired had a drug or drinking problem. Because many times, not all the time, many times, it's a model behavior. So think about that. But you are worthy of happiness. You are worthy of good health. You're worthy of making good choices and decisions. Okay? I want you happy, content. I want you old like me and feeling good and looking good and having a great life because you're worth it. Okay? Love you for who you are. Respect yourself for who you are. Speak kindly of yourself for who you are. Set boundaries and stick to them. No means no. For who you are. Okay? If you do that, other people will reflect that. They will treat you with respect and dignity and kindness. They will respect your boundaries because you're going to respect their boundaries. Might piss a few folks off, but they weren't friends to begin with if it did. You are worthy, my love.